Hello, I'm Semele Sherry of Triple Moon, and in this little video I wanted to talk to you about the importance of giving yourself space. And by that I mean proper space. In this way of life that we have, we're constantly bombarded by information and communication. Facebook, Twitter, the internet, and it's on our mobile phones, which we usually carry everywhere with us, so there's just no getting away from it. And even if it's really positive, I mean, my Facebook and Twitter feeds, I'm connected with some wonderful people and I'm getting positive input from these things. But actually they're still a distraction. They pull me away from my own centre, from my own inner voice. It's a way of avoiding listening to that fully and completely. And so when you come to an important time in your life, for example, I'm sort of heading towards the end of menopause, I guess, and there's this sort of rethinking of yourself, this reevaluating who you are. You're becoming someone different as you become the wise woman, moving away from the mother archetype into the wise woman. And so I'd been feeling for a while this drive and this urge. Firstly, it was kind of withdrawing from online activity, from Facebook and Twitter, too much time online. And then finally I got, about 3 weeks ago now, I got the message, retreat, go on retreat, somewhere away on your own with no internet access. And so sometimes that can be a scary thing to do. Now, I know I'm recommending this for everybody, and I know it isn't always easy. You've got commitments in your life, you've got responsibilities in your life. And to a certain extent, someone could say to me, well, it's easy for you, you work for yourself. And that's true. I've set up my life in a way such that I'm in charge of my working hours, so I can choose when I work and when I don't. But you know, there's also a challenge here for me too, because I'm self-employed and it's a service that I offer. So if I'm not working, I don't get paid. So, you know, there's a kind of element there that I have to consider. There's some self-sacrifice. And that's the important thing, I think, in that it requires commitment. It requires dedication and a commitment to yourself and to your inner journey. Is it important enough for you to take that time out? So, for example, when I got this urge to take a retreat, so of course I was thinking, well, that means taking a week off work and then I won't have income during that time. And there's a slight worry about, you know, can I afford to do that? And as always happens in my life, you just get a clear sign of how right it is, because I just decided to go for it. I found a lovely spot in the middle of a forest, a cabin, no internet access, so I thought, perfect, I can really sink into myself and explore deeply what's going on within me. And so I just went and looked to see what dates were available, and I booked the first week I could get. I'm an Aries, I'm impulsive, I have to do things pretty quickly. So as soon as I'd made the decision, I was online, found the place, found a week spare and booked it. And then literally, you know, with a slight trepidation of, it means some time off work, so no income coming in, and also, you know, it's an outlay, which for me is quite an expensive outlay. I live quite simply, and so, you know, this was a fairly big outlay for me. And then within a couple of days, I'd had 4 Reiki students book for training, which paid for this week off. So I just knew, yeah, when you follow the call and pull of your soul, it all works out okay. And then not only that, but when I looked at the dates that I'd actually booked, the synchronicity of it and the perfection of it was just amazing, because I hadn't really looked in my diary. It was just, I need to go as soon as possible. I'm going to book the dates that I have. And what I found out was that I booked to start my retreat on the spring equinox, in the honour of which I'm wearing my green shawl today, spring equinox. And I finish my retreat the day before the new moon, which always marks new beginnings. And that new moon happens to be in my birth sign of Aries, and it's only a couple of days before my birthday. So it just felt like a perfect time. Not only that, but of course, because the new moon is the day after I return, I end my retreat in that dark moon phase, which, as I mentioned in another video that I posted last year, I think, the dark moon is the fertile time for going within, for seeking out the void, the potential that exists within you that you haven't yet unearthed or mined for the treasure that exists there. So it just was so perfect, and everything to me signaled, you're doing the right thing. There's something calling me, and we all feel these tugs, that's the thing, and it's just so easy to get distracted by other responsibilities, and sometimes by other things that just sound more interesting. I mean, this process of feeling like I kind of need to rethink where I am and how I present myself, not my work totally, I don't think, although I'm leaving myself open completely to inspiration and whatever comes from my soul. But I've been feeling this for a while, and I guess avoiding or ignoring those little tugs, and then finally it was about 3 weeks ago that the idea of retreat came to me. But as I said, it's not always easy to organise that, and it doesn't have to be a week. I mean, for me, this is an important transition in my life. Menopause is a time of huge change, and it's important for me to honour that. But there may be little changes. Maybe you're going to change your job, you know, maybe you're just changing an attitude or a belief pattern, and it's so vital, even if you take an hour, to have that alone time. Removing yourself from external stimulus really, really helps you to hear that inner voice. And I knew that there wasn't a way I could do this, this reevaluation, this journey of discovery, if I was surrounded by my everyday distractions and responsibilities. You know, I'm at home, I would constantly be thinking, that needs cleaning, I need to prepare the dinner, you know, is George okay, does he need a cup of tea? You know, as women especially, this is what we do. And so I just want to really encourage you that when you come to any kind of important decision or change point in your life, take that time aside. It can be an hour outside, go for a walk, but you must be on your own. Have no external distractions. Leave your phone at home if you can, or if you need to take it, switch it off so it's only there for emergencies. No internet access, and just allow all that bombardment of information and communication to drop away, and then you can truly feel into what your soul is trying to say. And I think, you know, because even now I'm aware all the time that if you live on a street or in a block of flats, you're being bombarded by the Wi-Fi from every direction, mobile phone signals. It's really difficult to get away. So for me, I'm actually going into a forest, which is kind of on top of a hill, so I'm way away from anything. And for me, that's going to really facilitate my journey within. And as I said, spring equinox is coming up on March the 20th. It's one of those dates of marking a balance between light and dark, and moving from the winter out into the spring, into the outer expression of your dreams and wishes. And so it's vital that before you do that, you're clear on what they are. And if you need to explore that, to find out if there's something that is sitting within you that you're just not listening to, then you need to take that time to do that. It's commitment and it's devotion, which is so important on the spiritual journey and on the journey to expressing the fullness of your soul. So I will no doubt update you when I'm back from my retreat to tell you what I discovered. It may take a while to work that through, but I will come back to you on that. And in the meantime, I wish you many, many blessings for the rest of the year, particularly if any of you have any dreams or plans that you're going to be putting into action from the spring equinox. I wish you joy and abundance.